Sarah D'Amelio. I am a manager here at Camp Bow Wow in Bellingham, and I have been managing it for about 10 years. It was my first job. Started when I was technically 15 and a half, but you're not allowed to work till you're 16. So I just kind of prepared myself mentally for those first 6 months, and my parents were always really hard workers, so they kind of not pushed it on me, but I learned from them how to be a hard worker, so I was really motivated to get working, and obviously money was a thing, and when you're 16 you kind of go away from getting an allowance to buying your own clothes, so that was kind of my main goal there. I went to college at University of New England. It's up in Biddeford, Maine. I started, right after senior year. I put my application in, and I started that following fall. When I really started to take some classes, I learned that I loved psychology. I loved the human mind. I loved communicating with people and talking to people. So I really wanted to go that direction. First wanted to be a counselor, actually, and then just taking more classes. I took some business classes, and then it kind of clicked in my head that, hey, I can continue doing what I love from when I started working at 16, and I can do more with that and become the top, be the best that I could be here. Started off as a counselor. I was always kind of on the quiet side, which is funny now in the managers, I'm always talking. And I just kind of kept my head down, did my work, followed the rules, listened to my managers at the time. And then I started kind of focusing more on the clients, and I was working what you call upfront. So I was behind the desk, making reservations and communicating with the public. So I started talking more, and I felt really comfortable helping other people. And that's when I started communicating more with the employees. And I kind of just took on this leadership role that I didn't really intend to at first. So I was promoted to a supervisor. And I was supervised through my whole college career and everything. And that's when Sally came in, I think it was my sophomore year in college, and said, well, what do you think about managing? And so I kind of shifted and focused on what can I do to better this place, what can I do to be the best manager, went and took management classes, and then now here I am, graduated, and she officially offered me the job. And I think it's been, I graduated in 2014, so it's been a long time, almost 7 years. Day to day, I have a really excellent staff. I make sure that they're doing what they're supposed to be doing without bossing them around. I like to be an active manager. I'm out there cleaning with them. If they're not doing something that's totally up to par, then I'll let them know, and we'll work on a way to make that better. I don't like to sit back and just boss people around. I like to actually be there doing it with them, so they can see, oh, the manager's scrubbing the poop cabin, then I can too. So, and I think it helps them be the best that they can be too. Because if they see, oh, the manager who's been here for 10 years, she can do this, why can't I? I would say right off the bat, we have a lot of people who aspire to be veterinarians, vet techs, sort of thing. This is a great start for that. So if you kind of know that you love animals and you want to do something with animals, this is a great start, because we're not doing major operations, we're not, taking in sick dogs, and it's not heartbreaking. It's a fun, really good experience, and it's a really good first, get your foot in the door, see if you really like working with these animals, because it's a smelly, stinky job, and it's not for everybody. But the people that it is for, it's really for them. A lot of our staff here we've had for years. Our turnover is really low, which is awesome. So I feel like if you have that passion for animals and you come in here, it lets you know. Like you love it or you don't. But you're not, like I said, you're not going under the knife or anything like that. You don't have to do an operation, anything scary. But this is a good first step of, okay, I do want to work with these animals. I love them, they're awesome, and I don't mind smelling how I smell when I go home at the end of the day. Especially working at a daycare or a doggy daycare, human daycare, anything taking care of live beings, just gives you a really good sense of responsibility, a good feeling, makes you feel like you have a purpose. Starting from the bottom, you come in as a camp counselor, and that's just working with the dogs. You learn a lot being a camp counselor. Obviously, dog body language. We send them to be pet CPR, first aid certified. So right off the bat, they get this feeling of responsibility. I have to take care of these animals. A big thing for a lot of our younger counselors here is being on time and showing up for their shift every day. And the way we look at it here is that the dogs can't wait for us. They can't hold it, they have to eat, and they can't make their dinner themselves. So when we kind of have that mindset for anybody that's here, it goes a lot smoother, and they have a big sense of responsibility. We first have to get all the play yards set up, make sure everything is safe for the dogs. Safety is obviously our number one concern. And then they come in and they're going to be spending a good part of the day with a group of 25 dogs, maybe even more or less. Yeah, like you, buddy. So their responsibility is going to be obviously making sure the dogs are safe, but also playing with them, interacting with them. Dogs obviously get bored pretty easily, so we do a lot of like in-yard training, so that just simple things, having the dogs sit down, little things like that. We do extra care, so some one-on-one care where the counselor can actually take just the one dog, go upstairs to our extra care room, play some tug, play some fetch. So it's really good for the human and the dog. Obviously, just being around a dog just makes everybody happy, so it's great. And then the dog can have some one-on-one time with the human. And then, you know, other than playing with the dogs, that's always kind of the big happy part of the day. You have to clean up after them. They can't wipe themselves, so you know you have to bathe them, feed them, water them. So a big part of the day is making sure that these guys are all set, making sure they have their food, their water, their medicine, that sort of thing. Any high schooler looking to just start a career, if they don't really know where they want to go, I would just say find out what you're passionate about. I mean, you could be passionate about ice cream. You could go scoop ice cream at the ice cream shop, and then that could be your dream job, and that's great. Or in my case, you could love animals and just say, hey, I guess I'll try the doggy daycare, and now look where I am. I'm managing the place. So I think really sticking with what you feel like is important in your heart and what you enjoy doing in life, then if you can find a career out of that, yeah, then you're golden.